If I had to pick one product all over again to start this business, the product I will choose will be mugs. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you the 4 reasons as to why you should consider adding mugs into your Etsy shop. Reason number 1 is that they're easy to give. What I mean by this is mugs are one of those items that you can give to like a best friend, a sister, a cousin, or you can even give it like to an acquaintance, like maybe not like somebody that you like super close to or hang out with all the time, but you still are in contact with. Apparel is one of those items that like you have to know people's sizes in order for you to give it to them. And especially when it's a gift and maybe you don't want to like, give out too much information because you want to surprise them. You don't want to be asking like what size people are, but with mugs, it's one of those items that like you don't need to know any of that. You just need to know maybe like what they're into or what sort of things they kind of maybe like. But you can give them to so many more people. Your opportunities or like your customers can even increase because now you're dealing with not just like, close family and friends, but you can also do like acquaintances. So, which means that like your possibilities to target people are even higher. Because again, it's one of those gifts that like a lot of people can give to anybody, especially when they don't even know what to give to someone. They can easily give them a mug. Number 2 is that they're beginner friendly. What I mean by beginner friendly is that I'm sure you've seen a lot of mugs that are just text only. So when you're new to like print on demand, when you're new to learning this skill, of course, like not having to deal with like, okay, does this graphic, is nice, or does this graphic goes well with this font? When you can just focus on finding like a nice font that's like legible, whether it's like bold or script or like college, doesn't matter what type of font. When you just have to start with focusing on that, it makes it so much easier because you don't have to like think about all these extra layers that designing comes with. You can just find one font, run with that one font, and then once that font works, you can add other type of fonts, or you can take that fonts to other niches. I'm sure you've seen so many mugs that are literally just a nice black font that they literally have like put in like so many different types of like other mugs or so many different types of other niches. And if you are still struggling with like even like what niche you want to get into, make sure that you do download my free niche exploration ebook. That ebook literally asks you a ton of questions about like, what are you passionate about? What do you stand for? Like, it will ask you all these questions to help you find, a niche that not only are you passionate about, but you can also make money with. So make sure you do download that. It's free, and I'm going to be leaving a link for it in the description. But again, I love mugs because they are beginner friendly, aka design friendly. So as a new seller, all you have to do to start with, instead of getting so overwhelmed with like graphics and fonts and all these things, you just have to focus on finding like one font that works really well. And then as you get better, of course, you can add more things, but you don't have to start from the beginning by knowing all these different layers when it comes to designing. Number 3 is cost-effective shipping. This is the thing. When it comes to like, selling items or selling print on demand, like we are going to have to pay for shipping, and some items do cost more to ship. And mugs is one of those items that like the shipping is actually pretty decent. Like if you have Printify Premium, and if you don't, make sure that you do check out my code. I'm going to be leaving it in the description. It gives you like a whole 30 months of Printify Premium. But like I think like with the district photo, like that shipping, I think it's like, don't quote me, but I think it's like 6 something for like the 11-ounce like white mug. But like, for example, if you were to sell like sweatshirts, like of course the shipping for sweatshirts are like almost $9, or like even like candles and blankets. And I'm sure those items like probably a little bit heavier than like a mug. But again, going back to the whole thing of like, you can create even more profit because of course like you're not paying so much more for shipping like you would for some other items. I mean, I don't even know if sweatshirts are actually heavier than mugs. But again, it's like to ship a sweatshirt is like $8.49. To ship a mug, don't quote me, it's like 6 something. So I love that because the shipping is cost effective, which means that you can end up having more profit. Number 4 is that this is a scalable product. What I mean by scalable is like, I love to find products that like you only need one product to carry your whole shop. This means that like you don't have to add 50 billion products like a lot of people think that they do to be successful. There's so many Etsy shops that literally just sell mugs and they do just fine. Of course, you can sell other items, but I love mugs for that reason because you don't have to add a bunch of different other products to be able to like, make six figures or to make a certain amount of money that you're comfortable with, that you can actually, create a life with. Mugs is one of those products because I've seen a ton of shops and I'm sure you've seen it. And I'm actually going to be sharing my screen in a second to show you how you can find shops that are literally only selling that product and that they are killing it and making a good enough income that they can quit the job so they can just live kind of life on their own terms. So that's another big reason why I love mugs, because you only need that one product to grow like your shop. You don't have to add all these other auxiliary products like me, which you could. You could sell other things besides mugs, but you don't necessarily have to in order for you to make a sustainable amount of income. Okay, so to find out shops that just sell mugs, I will literally just come up here on Etsy and type in mugs, and then I would just go into a search screen. I will just literally start opening different types of listings. Like this is literally how I would do this. And then I will start going into the shop and start seeing what else do they sell. For example, okay, this shop literally just sell mugs and they already have 36,000 sales, right? And okay, they opened in 2014. Okay, so they have been open for a little while, but you can find some newer shops. Let me see. This one, let's see. Do they just sell mugs? They have 34,000 sales. Of course, they sell some other items, but most of the items that they sell are mugs, right? Like, look, most of all their items that they're selling are mugs, and they open in 2021. And then let's say this other shop, they don't even have anything there. But let's see, let's look at this one, and then we'll go here. This is literally all you're doing. So they're saying they sell several things. Okay, they have 87 mugs. Okay, but we found one already. This is literally how I would do this, guys. I would just come in here and see. Let's see, let's look at this one. Again, this one also sells a ton of mugs too, right? And okay, 2015, 13,000 sales. But sometimes that year that they give you is not accurate because sometimes people have Etsy shops for a long time that they didn't do nothing with. But you see, they mostly sell mugs, right? So then something else that I want to show you too is you can also use like a Chrome extension like Everbee to kind of help you also see like what is their top products and how much money are they making too. Well, that one shop that we found that is just selling mugs, or mostly selling mugs, you can literally use Everbee. Guys, I do have a code for, like I do have a link for Everbee if you want to check it out in the description. But like if I go and look at monthly revenue, right, look, their best sellers are mugs. Like if you scroll here, right, all these are mugs. And I think they have like a couple of like sweatshirts and like a couple of like maybe tote bags, but they mostly sell mugs, and it's mostly this type mugs that are carrying their whole business. So again, this is what you will do. You will literally go onto Etsy, type in mugs, and again, you will open different types of mugs. You will go into that shop, like I said, and you're trying to find, or you're trying to make sure that that shop either only has mugs or mostly have mugs, because then that will tell you, right? And then you can look at the amount of sales that they're having, how long they've been open, and that can help you gauge, right, if their whole product that's carrying them is mugs. And then you can use like a Chrome extension like Everbee to help you dig even more and find out, okay, if they're not only selling mugs, is mugs their product that's really carrying their whole shop? Because this is the thing, most of the items that you make or create are not going to sell. It's going to be like that 20% that's going to carry you. So what you could do, like what I just did with that shop, is you'll use Everbee to kind of help you see, okay, for example, for this shop, mugs are literally carrying that shop. So this is how I would do this to find out, you know what I mean? Okay, can mugs just alone carry a shop? Which I just proved you that they can. That's why I love them, right? And then also you can use Everbee to help you see how much you can, you know, ideally, or how much this
ideally, or like, you know, an estimate of how much this shop is making. So I hope that that was helpful.
So you made it to the end of this video, and if you're still looking for more product ideas, make sure that you check out this video next, because on that video I give you like 11 products that sell really well on Etsy. See you in the next one.